This is going to be your general reading for the month of September 2018. This is for Leo rising, sun and moon sign, and Leo's best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about for September 2018. Oh, excuse me. Don't take that as a bad omen. I'm one of those people that chronically yawns all the time. I suppose it's part of being a mom and having a 5-month-old puppy. Okay, I'm just going to randomly talk to you while I shuffle these. It's been really interesting since I started this channel to see what videos get the most views of. For some odd reason, not that I'm complaining, 2 months ago when I started it, the most views were for Aquarius, and then last month Capricorn, Sag, and Taurus caught up a little bit with Aquarius, which I find so fascinating because the videos that have had the least views are, let's see, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo, which I find really fascinating because I am a Leo. I thought maybe you guys would pick up on my readings a little bit better because your energy is the same energy as part of my energy. And same thing with Scorpio as well. I'm actually, in Western astrology, I'm a Leo with a Scorpio moon and a Sagittarius rising. And I definitely have gotten the interest of Sagittarians, but I'm so surprised to see that Scorpio and Leo has not. Maybe it's because I'm so close or the same energy as you. Maybe it's a little too close to me. Who knows? Could just be the way that things have been, and things will improve with you guys watching. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not too boring for you. So I'm hoping I will get some good cards for you this month, or I don't want to have to get good cards for you if that's just not part of your situation, but it would be nice to see some changes. Not that your last readings have been negative at all. Sometimes I get sick of saying the words healing journey for people, especially last month. The Hierophant came out so much for people with all those retrogrades. A lot of it was about looking back on the past, resolving things from the past, healing old wounds. And let's face it, the word healing is a positive word, but it exists because something is missing or something is wrong or something is hurt. That's why you have to heal in the first place. I can just, in my imagination, I can imagine people rolling their eyes and just saying, oh great, another healing journey. But I don't know, we'll see what comes out for you. Sorry, you have to put up with my ramblings. Okay. This is for Leo's September 2018. I'm going to do an 11-card Celtic cross spread. And after I pick the 11 cards, I'll show them to you. I may pick clarifiers. It just depends. This is in Leo's best, highest good. Oh, okay. Okay, one more shuffle. Sorry guys, this one's having a hard time coming out. Maybe I am going to shuffle a few more times. If this part is too boring for you, you can always skip ahead too. Okay, I'm going to leave that be. Oh, wow, okay. Okay. I'm going to show you the original 11, and then I will definitely be picking some clarifiers. So your central experience for September is one of your cards, or is, one of your major arcana cards, Lady Strength. This is a good sign. What is hindering you? This is obviously what's hindering you, or your challenge for this month is the Nine of Swords. What is helping you is the King of Swords. At your root, I'm definitely going to be picking a clarifier to go with this. You have the Eight of Swords. In your recent past, you have the Two of Wands. Your best possible outcome, you have the Eight of Pentacles. In your near future, this took forever to come out. The Queen of Swords, you have the King and the Queen of Swords. That's interesting. Last month, I believe, Sagittarius got that together, got those two together. You right now are the High Priestess. That one flew out. In your surroundings, you have the World. As your hopes, you have the Sun, your other major arcana card. You have both of your major arcana cards in here. This is a really good sign. I like this. Your general outcome is the Four of Swords. Okay. Your central experience for September is you are fully comfortable and in your personal power in your own skin as far as your own innate energy that you carry. You are fully, you are fully saturated with your own leonine sun energy of gentle strength. Maintaining boundaries, knowing what you want, what you don't want, honoring other people's strength, honoring other people's boundaries, as well as honoring your own boundaries. This reminds me, it's kind of silly to talk about it, but this is reminding me right now of my daughter with her puppy. My puppy is part hound, he's part dachshund, and he always has his nose to the floor and is scavenging on the floor to find little hidden nuggets of food and things that people have dropped on the floor. occasionally he gets things in his mouth that he's not supposed to have in his mouth. And my daughter pries his mouth open exactly like how this woman is doing in the picture. And my puppy, our puppy, allows her to do that and knows that she loves him. He allows her to open up his mouth and take things out of it because he knows that she's being loving towards him, that she cares about him, and that she takes good care of him. This is how I'm thinking of you right now, is you are able to get away with doing things that would possibly upset other people, or that ordinarily someone would not be able to get away with. But the reason why you are able to be so brave and so bold and to do the things that need to be done, and the reason why people allow you to do that, is because they sense your warmth and your caring and your love that you carry in your heart, as well as your innate strength. And also, you know, lions are predators. Let's face it, lions are predators. They're hunting machines, and they're very flexible and strong animals with sharp fangs that can possibly kill you. But the amazing, beautiful thing about the gentleness of Lady Strength is that even though she has it in her to be feral or be a predator or to possibly even break your bones, she chooses not to. She chooses to be gentle. She chooses to be motherly. She chooses to be careful. And that because she is respecting the energy around her, that enables her to get away with doing things that no one else would dare to do. And I'm just saying she right now because it's Lady Strength in the picture. Obviously, you can also be a man. It's the same thing. It's the same energy. I feel as though you have the bravery and the strength and the gentleness in your own nature this month to really make major headway, or to possibly do things that other people would never even think of doing. To be bold in a loving way. So, possibly even step in and deal with other people that are misusing their power. You may have to match them with your own energy, but be a force of good for others, is what I'm hoping anyway. So, what is hindering you is worry or stress. What is your challenge is worry. What are you worrying about? I'm going to pick a card to go with this. Okay. You're worrying. Okay, I'm going to show you the other clarifier. Let's do it the other way. It's funny how everything's always reversed with the camera lens. Okay. All right. I'm going to read it in this order. The person in the middle is worrying because possibly recently or in the past, this worrying person has felt trapped. And what they really want to do, or what you really want to do, is to branch out, explore, expand, create new opportunities, new possibilities, new ventures, new adventures, to look to the horizon with expectant gratitude of what is to come, and something is definitely on the way, or you want something to be on the way, or you want to be on your way. You know what I'm kind of getting is what it would be like to be a lion or a lioness trapped in a cage in a zoo or a circus, which is so in stark contrast to the freedom that lions and lionesses need. It's like you've been trapped in a cage and you need to get out. You need to get out and really do your thing and look forward to the future, but something about this situation feels like it's wrapped up in legalities or situations that are going on that aren't so easy to shake off or to change or expand from. Obligations, responsibilities, things you have to do, things you have to take care of, even though you would much rather just let those things go and just travel or explore or expand out into amazing new things in your life. Maybe you're worried, possibly not just because of the trapped feeling, but because you don't want to leave anyone behind in the cage. You want to take them with you. I wonder if that makes sense to you. Okay, so let's move on. What is helping you is one of your opposite cards. This is a court card ruled by Aquarius. That's so funny. I'm a Leo, and Aquarius has been my biggest viewer so far on my channel, which I find really interesting. I honor Aquarians in a lot of ways, and they are our opposite energy of the mind. Leo is the heart, and Aquarius is the mind. When the heart and the mind work together, anything is possible. And really, they're designed to listen to each other and to work together. When one is separated from the other, weird manifestations happen. But what I'm getting is what's helping you is to look at things objectively and to make some major decisions, or to realize that you must make some major decisions. You must trust what you see. You must look at things with a cool, hard glance at what is actually really happening, or what is happening inside of yourself or outside of yourself. You need to get a little bit more objective or a little bit more cool in how you assess or view things. Because you have such a large heart, it could be that your heart is invested in what this thing is, this feeling of needing to do something bold in order to even, I'm even getting something in here about needing to save someone or needing to help get someone out of something, as well as wanting to get out yourself. I hope that this makes sense for someone. You may have to, I'm just going to get real forthright about what I'm getting. I'm getting some situation possibly of needing to relocate or needing to get away from an old situation where you felt trapped, or you have children involved possibly, or people that you are a caretaker of or that need you in order for them to feel safe or have what they need. Part of this might have to do with legalities, as in you need to apply to the legal world in order to be able to move and take these people or person with you, whether it's somebody in the family or someone that you know. In that case, if that is true for someone, what is helping you is the legal world, or what is helping you is a just person that can help you figure out logistics on how to go about doing this, or to get the help from other people that you need in order to make this thing happen, or to get them out or get yourself out. This can even be a contract that you're trying to get out of, or a set thing that you committed yourself to, but you realize that you are actually not able to really be yourself in this situation, and so you need to get out. But that involves having to untangle certain agreements or certain set rules. That aside, that's just one possibility I'm getting for somebody. This is just what's helping you, is to get cool about things, to not remove your heart, but to not focus on your heart in this so much, and instead use your logic. Use your cool, perceptive abilities and just look at it, whatever it is, for what it is. And also to communicate your boundaries, because you have your own card Strength as your central experience. For September, I feel like not only do you need to stay strong and maintain boundaries, but you also need to communicate some very basic things on what your boundaries are, or that you will not accept anything that is not honest or fair, something like that. You need to get more discerning, and that is what's helping you, is to be more discerning. So at your core, you have the Eight of Swords, which is, again, a feeling of being trapped, but mainly it's a feeling of being trapped in your own head. Even if you have, one other way of looking at this that I could see is, if you have been trapped in a situation where you felt limited, or you couldn't get out because of obligations or responsibilities, you may have already gotten out physically. You may have already gotten out of this situation and you're not in it anymore, but you still feel like you're in it in your own head. Something about something happened in the past. There we go again with the past. Something happened in the past that severely disappointed you, or took some of your own faith away. And so now it's hard, even though that situation may be over now and you have gotten out physically, you're not out of it yet in your own head. You may need to rebuild up faith, or rebuild up trust that things will not continue to be that way. It's almost like a form of mild PTSD, of post-traumatic stress syndrome or disorder, whatever they call it. It's kind of like that. You're still in that scenario in your own head, or you're afraid of it returning back to that again. It's almost like being in prison, and then once you get out, having a hard time fully comprehending and thinking that you are out now. It's almost like you expect to go back. Something like that. Let me pull a card to go with this. Feeling trapped in money situations, or feeling trapped feeling like you're not getting what you need in order to get started with something, whether it's a new home, a new business, a new relationship, a new situation, a new physical situation in your life. I am getting, though, I'm sorry, I'm seeing so many different things in here, it's hard to focus sometimes. I am getting that a lot of this worry is in your own head, obviously, and that you're not actually in that situation anymore. You just feel like you still are, or you could still be in it. No, I'm not getting that you're in this anymore. So what I am getting is that if you can overcome old negative thought patterns or fears or worries, and just somehow release them, or not focus on them anymore, or ask your guides and angels to help you release those things. If you're having trouble doing that, you should be able to. attract what you need and more, so that you can get going with what you really want in your life, especially as a physical level of your life, like what you are physically doing, what you are physically surrounded by, new seeds that you want to plant of new realities for yourself. It is entirely possible for you to have what you need in order to get started, and even make so much that you can give some of it away or help other people with what they're doing. A lot of what's going on is in your own head, based off of trauma that you've experienced, or just a situation that you were in for way too long that kind of made your brain get set in a particular way of looking at things. So, in your recent past, you've been thinking about where you would like to go, metaphorically or literally. Where would you like to go? What would you like to experience? What is available to you? What would you like to be available to you? You could do anything. You've definitely been thinking about choices. What do you choose? Where do you want to go? This is where you've been in the recent past. There may be a venture or an adventure that you're thinking of jumping into. If you decide, or if you have decided to go with it, it would be very, sorry you guys, it would be very beneficial for you to go with this new idea or this new action. Your best possible outcome is to take the slow, steady approach and to have patience. So this is focusing, okay, instead of thinking about all of the different things that you're trying to manifest or do right now, because that can be very overwhelming, especially if you have multitudes of skills or things you have to do. Instead, break it up into little bits. Take it one step at a time. Shove the giant pile of things into a different room, and when you're working on something, just grab one thing out of the pile. Work on that until it's done, set it aside, and then go in the next room and grab another thing from the giant pile. It's important for you to not look at the giant pile, because then you almost feel defeated before you begin on just how overwhelming this is. But instead, do it in little baby steps. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Focus on what is at hand instead of trying to focus on all of it. Prioritize, have patience. Realize this is going to take a slow, steady approach. You might have to work steadily towards your larger goals by breaking it up into smaller goals. I'm going to pick another card to go with this, just in case there's any other messages. This is especially having to do with your emotions. It may be because of this feeling of getting out of prison, or getting out of a cage, or getting out of a thing where you felt completely trapped on a lot of different levels, or like you didn't have enough room to be able to grow, or something or someone kept your wild nature bound up. Or you may even be worried that you'll somehow allow this to happen again, which is why you're focusing so much on your boundaries right now, on maintaining your boundaries. But these old emotions and complex emotions that you're having that go very deep because of this situation that you've been in, you're having to work slowly, steadily, and with patience on releasing these things out of your emotional body so that you have a better grip on how you want to be feeling. Your emotions may be swinging, or may be completely overwhelming at times, or there may be times when you completely repress your emotions and you can't even really look at them. And so you are doing a lot of work as your best possible outcome on addressing these emotions one by one, and having patience with yourself to look at it bit by bit so that you don't become completely overwhelmed or are afraid of being swallowed up by these feelings. Some part of you might be actually really angry or resentful that you ever had to be in a cage in the first place. And so you're having to regulate your anger or your fury over this situation, that you could even have allowed things to get you to that point. But sometimes things just happen, and you shouldn't blame yourself too much or feel as though you have let yourself down or you're not as strong as people think you are. You are an extremely strong person, but we're all human. We're not always at our best all the time or our strongest at all times. Definitely getting something in here about you need to protect, you feel as though you need to protect someone. And so you're working slowly but steadily on what steps, logistical steps, need to be taken in order to ensure this safety. Okay. In the future, you have the Queen of Swords. So you have the Queen and the King in here. What's helping you is the King, and in the future is the Queen. So I feel like there are definite forces that are in authority positions or that have a great deal of clout that can help you a great deal with this, whatever the situation is. If you need legal help, you'll receive it. If you need wise counsel from someone who can give you a different perspective, you'll get it. If you need an ally to pick up a sword for you or on the behalf of someone else that you care about, you'll get it. Sometimes you shouldn't feel as though you are the only one who can face these things. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are pretty good at facing things and wielding those swords if they have to, in order to eliminate certain things that are no longer working, or to give sharp, concise, honest advice based off of what they see. And also the Queen of Swords, even though she looks rather stern in here, she's actually a Libra card. And Libra has to do with justice, fairness, and also looking at both sides of a situation or many sides of a situation to come up with the most fair decision possible. And so you may in the near future have to put on a stern face, but your intentions are very good. Your intentions are for things like justice, fairness, and to settle any differences or to settle any conflicts in the proper way. You may need to appear more stern, to appear intimidating for the people that need to be intimidated. But this is almost a mask I'm getting. It's kind of like a role that you have to play in the future. But your intentions in your heart are very good with this, and because of this, it's almost like underneath her stern face, she's got a twinkle in her eye, and inside of her, she's actually laughing. That's just what I'm getting right now. So, interesting. You definitely need to make some decisions or figure out strategies on how you are going to proceed. And also look at multiple viewpoints or different viewpoints in the matter. You may be the person that is in a position to give advice to someone else, or both. You're going to receive advice and give advice. If you need help, you have help. If you need backup, instead of feeling as though you have to maintain boundaries or be strong, I'm especially getting on the behalf of someone else, as well as yourself, or just for someone else. You have backup on this if you need backup of a fellow warrior or a fellow fighter that fights for things to be set right. something in the past has gone horribly wrong, or isn't okay. I don't know how to put that. Wow, it makes me wonder who's watching what you're going through. But obviously, if the specifics in this don't apply for you, think about the larger messages that I'm saying here. See? So, I'm actually going to pick a card to go with that. Yeah, if you need help fighting a battle or to free yourself, you have backup and help with this. And also, if you're having to knock out a whole lot of tasks one by one, the Knight of Pentacles can be an extremely helpful person that can come along and help you handle the details. You know, I'm getting you have such large things that you're having to address at this time. You may not have all of the energy that you need to deal with all of the details, or even just the time to do all of those things. And so you definitely have help here. And also to be patient. There's a second message there, to be patient. So you right now are the High Priestess. Your intuition is extremely accurate at this time. So pay attention to any hunches, gut feelings, body reactions to things. Just trust your inner voice. Trust your intuition and what you get about things. If something doesn't smell right, it's not right. If someone seems like you shouldn't trust them, you probably shouldn't trust them. If someone feels like they can really help you, they can really help you. Trust your intuition. Let that be your main guide at this time. You're definitely receiving messages. Pay attention to your dreams if you remember your dreams or any flashes you get throughout the day, especially with sniffing out people's intentions. Okay. In your surroundings, you have the World. Things are changing with your surroundings. You're either letting go of old surroundings and opening up to new surroundings for your future. The whole world is available to you in your surroundings. You may be thinking about traveling the world, or you may be thinking about going to a different country, or going to a different land, or going to a different place. Something about where you have been has fully finished with its karmic lessons and cycles that you were meant to be there for that time period, but I'm feeling like your time period there is over. If this doesn't have to do with an actual location, what you have surrounded yourself with in the past is now coming to an end, and a whole new realm of possibilities of what to surround yourself with in the future is opening up. It's important for you to be flexible in mind, body, and spirit at this time. So in your surroundings, you may want to do more yoga, or walk around more, or hike more, or just dance. Go to concerts, something. Looks good to me, guys. It looks like you're graduating. Your surroundings are graduating. You are not surrounded by that cage anymore, whatever that was, whether it was an internal cage or an external cage or both. So your hope is the sun. Your hope is for happiness, joy, creativity, self-expression, having fun, hanging out with children, romance, feeling free. The angel in the sun is not in a cage. The angel is completely free with wings outspread. And it's interesting, in your main experience for September, you have to be brave. Not that you have to try very hard to be brave, but you have to more step into the your role of being brave and possibly being ballsy enough, or strong enough to address certain things that other people wouldn't even think of doing, or to maintain boundaries or rules or ethics on certain things, or just to stand completely in your strength of your power. But your hope is to not necessarily have to walk that path so much of asserting your strength or asserting your boundaries. It feels like there's a lot of energy that's expended in that. It's fine to do it for 1 month or for a brief period, but you shouldn't have to stay in that position at all times. What you're really hoping is just to enjoy yourself. It's just to be free, to be your truest self and to enjoy your life and be happy. So, your general outcome is the Four of Swords, which is rest. It's important for you to rest. It's important for you to still your mind at certain times and just not have to think about anything in particular. To make sure you're getting enough sleep, because you have the Nine of Swords, which is worry and stress and sleepless nights sometimes. This could be interfering with your mind's ability to relax or to rest. But I see this coming up in your future as your general outcome. You will be resting. You will have that inner peace, or you will have those moments to be able to recoup your energy. Your two outcomes, your best possible outcome is to be patient. Take things one step at a time. To continue to regulate your emotions, or to honor your emotions, but also to work on them, to not allow them to swamp you or overwhelm you. And I'm working on not feeling so responsible for everything. But you need to balance out work with rest. Not to rest too much. Not that I really see that as being an issue. I feel like you're not resting enough. To balance out rest with work, productivity with peace. If you can balance these two worlds together, then eventually, once you take care of or address the things that need to be addressed or decided, you can move towards your hopes, which is to fully just enjoy yourself and branch out and have more energy for creative pursuits. So, okay, hopefully that made sense or helped you in some way, and I will see you soon. Stay tuned for a little end note on here if you would like. Okay, take care, you guys. I wish you all the best. Get the heck out of that cage, even if that cage is in your own head. Be free. Okay, I love you. Bye. Hello, everyone. This is just a little end note for you to let you know that as well as being an intuitive, I'm also an artist, and I've just been commissioned to make 30 wind spirits that are sculptures that hang from the ceiling. And so I need to get that done in order to be able to pay my bills and feed my kid and all of that wonderful stuff. So I'm just letting you know I'm putting out all of your general readings for September out all at once, and then I'm going to be finishing this commission and then hopefully getting your bonus readings out by next week at the latest. The good thing about that is that you'll probably be able to see my sculptures behind me when you do get your bonus readings. See if you like my art at all. Also, I wanted some feedback about the bonus videos. I do know that there are people who watch those. I would love to get some feedback on whether or not I should even be including health at the end there. I know that people are interested in the love and relationships and in the career and money. I'm just wondering if doing the health reading at the end is really necessary, or if people are watching those, or if they help in any way. If people are more interested in career and money and relationships, I would rather focus on those two things for you. So if anyone's brave enough to mention to me whether or not you actually watch the health sections, whether they're valuable to you, whether I should cut them out altogether and just focus on the other two. So I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I also wanted to say that I realize these are still late. Um, Living in such a rural area, it's actually hard. Jobs are hard to come by here, and so I do a lot of odd jobs and things on the side in order to pay my bills, as well as doing readings and art. But I am going to be putting an option down below in the description box in case there's anybody out there that would like to donate to my channel at all. I realize it's kind of early to be asking for that at this point, but it would help me out quite a bit if you have it to give, and if these benefit you in any way and you appreciate these readings, even if it was $5, I could use anything at this point. Also, I'm also an astrologer, and I have been one for professionally for at least 18 years now. I would like to get to a point with prosperity where I can take extra time out in order to possibly put some free courses on this channel for astrology, numerology, many other things. I actually read palms. I read astrology charts of all different kinds. I read tarot cards, and I also read tea leaves. So if there's anything about those things that you would like to know about, I've noticed that on YouTube there's not a whole lot available on things like Lilith in your chart, or Eros and Psyche, or any of the asteroids. So if there is anyone out there that would like to see videos about those concepts, donating to the channel would really help me with that. It would give me enough time and space to be able to sit down and knock them out instead of scrambling around on the side trying to come up with enough. So thank you for patiently listening to me ramble, and I will see you soon with your bonus readings. For now, hopefully this will suffice. And next time I see you, you'll see some wind spirits. Okay, take care. I love you guys. Bye.